Good day, fellow observers. Today we're going to do a Popeyes test for version 13.2.8. It's gonna be a 15-minute drive, 2.1 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, all right, good. So it took me some time, and if you have some tips on how to quickly enable that, I seem to have, okay, good adjustment here.
Now turn right on 239th Street.
Okay, so there is a white line here, but it doesn't... Okay, good. Okay, that is smart. It stopped before the white line. So that's what I needed. I was anticipating of disengaging, but turns out I don't have to. Okay, good. So FSD was thinking of adjusting, but it realized it doesn't have to. Now we have a green and we are turning right. Okay, we're crossing on all-way here. This SUV should go ahead first. Okay, good. Now it should be our turn. Okay, good. So as FSD
in 500 feet, turn right onto 65th Street.
The right of way. And now we are on an all-way here. So I guess I could go first because the taxi wants to make a left, but it can't make a left in there. Now we have the last all-way here. Okay, so it should be this car, and then it's me who's next. Okay, good.
Now turn right onto 65th Street.
And now we make a right here on stop, so it doesn't look busy. So this might be just a straightforward right turn. Let's see what this car is gonna do. Okay, it's turning. Okay, good. I don't think FSD will move up until this light goes green. Okay, good advance here. I thought it wouldn't advance, so good decision of advancing because we have limited space here. With this move, FSD has a less likely chance of getting stuck. Okay, that was an interesting noise. Now we do have a green soon. Okay, now we have a green and we advance. Okay, good. Good, good, good.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Woodside Avenue.
Now we have a green light, so we will continue moving.
Now turn left onto Woodside Avenue.
Okay, okay, good, okay, good.
Now turn right onto 65th Place.
Okay, good. FSD is going to this, how do I say this? This right turn lane. It's not really a lane because it's only one lane. And now we are going to make a right, and good, it gave way for humans, and now we go straight.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Queens Boulevard.
Then we have a green light.
Now turn left onto Queens Boulevard.
Okay, so we will continue straight here. And I do think we might have a window right now. Okay, good, 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 good. So FSD was kind of quick, made a quick turn. I thought it's gonna pause a little bit on the intersection, but turns out no. So I think that was reasonable. So now we are here, and in 0.8 miles we will make a bare right. And this is where the meat of the test, and it's whether or not FSD can make this bear right. Okay, so we have a green. We will be advancing. Okay, so we are crossing another one. Okay, in 0.2 miles we will have a bear right. I am hoping FSD will move to the right lane, because usually that's the indication that it can make it. But if it won't, we will have several reroutes here. Yeah, so it's not moving to the right lane.
In 500 feet, bear right to stay on Queens Boulevard.
So we will most likely not make this bear right. Okay, so we have a green. Let's see if FSD will make a lane change, but I highly doubt it.
Now bear right to stay on Queens Boulevard.
Yeah. Okay, so now we will be rerouting. And there's an emergency vehicle. So wait, where is it? Okay, so it's gonna be, so let me disengage here. Okay, so now I'm re-engaging. So I didn't have to do anything further because the ambulance was on the left lane. And now we continue straight.
Now turn left onto Grand Avenue.
Okay, so this is a late navigation. FSD will just skip this. But that was my assumption. And the thing is, if in case it will try to, even though it's on the middle lane, I was ready to disengage.
In 500 feet, take the Queens Boulevard ramp on the right.
Now we have a green. Okay, good lane change here. Was able to find a window, and we should have an opportunity to merge again.
Now take the Queens Boulevard ramp on the right.
Okay, good. So shout out to that van that was giving way. Okay, so FSD just steadied its speed. Now we continue advancing here. We have a flashing arrow. Then we have a room to merge. Okay, good. Okay, so we have a green light. Now we should be advancing now. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, good. So I have to press the accelerator here because it's very hesitant.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Elliot Avenue, then turn left onto Queens Boulevard. Now turn left onto Elliot Avenue.
Now we are turning left, and there should be, okay, good. It was able to read
Now turn left onto Queens
the
Boulevard.
left turn lane. Okay, let's see if FSD will continue advancing. Sometimes it does. Okay, good. Not yet. Now, if you notice here, this light goes green first, and sometimes FSD thinks that's its light. So as you can see, it was moving. Okay, good. So in prior versions, when that green light lights up, it kind of interprets that it's time to go, even though it has its own arrow lights here. Okay, so now we have a green. Then FSD is going to adjust here. Good. Okay, so now we finally advance. We already have greens earlier, and good adjustment here for that merging van.
In 500 feet, take the Queens Boulevard ramp on the left.
Okay, now we advance here on green. Okay, good, 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 good.
Now take the Queens Boulevard ramp on the left. In 500 feet, make a U-turn at 57th Avenue to stay on Queens Boulevard, then turn right.
Okay, now we stop, and we should be advancing here. Okay, so, alright, so FSD, okay, I was curious, and I'm just letting FSD
Now
do
make
it.
a U-turn at 57th Avenue.
Now, it is interesting, I have to mention this, because even before, since the starting of Popeyes Test, I disengaged on doing that because there was a double solid yellow line. And the thing is, if you observe the other cars here as well, other cars are doing it. And so now we have, I think FSD's training kind of took that into account, and that's why it's doing it. So at least we have one case here where you see how FSD will do it based on how other cars would do it. But the thing is, if you'd have to read to see the lines, it's double solid yellow, double white, solid white lines. And that's something I just need to point out, because, okay, so wait, okay, hold on, okay, good, straight. Okay, so I have to disengage here because FSD is going to the wrong area.
Now turn right.
Okay, so now I just disengage here.
Now you have arrived at your destination.
Okay, so Let me just gather my thoughts. So basically, I disengaged because FSD was unsure on which lane it should go. Should it go to the main road or the service road? And so I had to intervene because it was approaching the concrete island and I had to decide quickly. So that's why I disengaged. Now, I know there was a lot in the last few moments of the test, but let me just start off and give my takeaways from the beginning. So we started FSD on a double parked and it was able to advance and then stop on a red light. The good thing that I noticed was that it stopped behind the horizontal white line, which was good. FSD then waited for a green. It was able to advance and make a right, also continue to the all-way. There were 3 all-ways. FSD was able to adjust to all of them, either giving way to other cars or preserving its right of way. So I think in this department, FSD is on a reasonable side, so that's good for on that part. And we headed on to the last stop, which is FSD needs to make a right, but there was a red light once on the right side, so FSD kind of waited for a bit of time on that stop sign and eventually it advanced, which was good. I would have advanced further. However, I think that's the first time that FSD did that, or maybe the first time I could remember. I'm not really sure, but that is something that I've been wanting FSD to do, that if you're on stop and then there's a red light on the right side, then I think FSD should still advance and try to get some space in there so that by the time a green light hits on the right side, it could just continue straight. So that's what happened, although it took a bit of time, and there was a green and FSD advanced and made a left to Woodside Avenue and went to the pocket to make a right to 65th Place, and also went straight to Queens Blvd and made a left. Now it saw a brief window and FSD was able to move quicker at that moment, and it went to the right lane on the main road, continued straight, crossed several greens, but missed the bare right, and so FSD had to reroute. The reroute happened, however, FSD wasn't able to do that, which is make a left to Grand Avenue, and so it continued straight, made lane changes towards the right lane. FSD was able to do that, and that was good. It was reasonable, and made a U-turn to Elliot. It waited for a green, and FSD actually didn't advance when the green on the right side lit up first, while its red arrow is still on red. So that was good, because in other versions sometimes FSD will make a turn and had to disengage, so this time no. Then it made a left and went back to Queens Blvd, waited for a green, took some time before it was able to find room to advance. It did, and crossed the stop and went to a ramp towards the main road. Now at this section, there was a rule of no crossing of double solid white line. However, when other cars do it, if you look at that section, if you just go and pass by in this area, there are a lot of cars that cross, and I do think FSD follows that as well. Maybe the training that it got actually had that kind of thinking. So it used to be that I had to disengage here, but you know, I just had to let it try once and see, hopefully next time that it would make another reroute that is more appropriate. And it went to this left turn lane and the green arrow hit. However, FSD was a bit unsure on which way to go, whether it's on the main road or the service road, and so I had to disengage and drive myself to the service road. I tried to re-engage it again, but it was too late. It didn't activate, and now we are here in the parking lot. So I think overall there were some surprises. I mean, not really a surprise, because for some reason the case of the bare right that FSD may or may not miss actually goes every other version. Maybe not really, not every other version, but it's not consistent throughout. So for example, 13.2.1 and 13.2.2, I know there are 2 versions of version 13 that pass that bare right, but for this one, 13.2.8, FSD wasn't able to make it. So, you know, that's why I'm keeping this test so that I could test for consistency, but it seems like in the bare right situation, FSD is not consistent. However, what is consistent though is that when it misses the bare right, it actually always plans to cross that double solid white line to go here. So that has been the case ever since, but it's only for today, this test, that allowed FSD to do it, and it seems like it's able to make it most of the time. So the thing is, once it crosses the double solid white line, FSD is able to position itself to the left turn lane. Now the thing is, the iffy part is that whether or not it could go straight to the service road, because earlier I think it was about to go to the main road or hit the concrete island. So yeah, I mean, that's something that is a work in progress, and I'm sure needs more refinement. The thing is, I wished I dropped some messages on the time that I disengaged, but I forgot and I got busy in doing the manual driving. So those are all my takeaways for this test, and if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!